Hello everyone! Welcome back to Fossils and Archaeology. Last time we built the enclosure that I'm currently standing in, the Post-Asuchus enclosure. I believe they have all adjusted themselves pretty well to the enclosure. As you can see, this one is lounging by the lake. This one's taking an interest in the fence line, seeing if there's anything. And this one is currently trying to escape, but has given up because they can't jump out. I think they all look really good in here. I think you guys do as well, because I believe that is my most liked episode so far. I really appreciate that. Thank you. For today's episode... Uh-oh, you're making a bad choice. Or at least your llamas might not survive this. Well, they're tamed, so they might be fine. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Please don't do this. Please, for your safety and the animals, do not jump in the animals' enclosures. Anyway, for today, I have a project that I want to get done. It will help the world immensely, and it's smaller because I don't have as much time as I did for the Post-Asuchus enclosure. Today, I believe, in honor of the anniversary of Jurassic Park, I want to build some sort of homage to that in my world. I think that because of the style that I'm going for, something like the creation center and the enclosures, like the raptor pen, they're not the style I'm going for with this. This is going for more rustic, more woodsy. That's more modern, more like dangerous animal facility, not really going for it. But there is one thing that I remember pretty well that I think will help this world. It will fit in this world, and that is the Amber Mine. The Amber Mine, if you don't remember, was where they showed how they get the amber that they found the dinosaur DNA in. Yeah, if you don't know, amber does not have dinosaur DNA in it. Dinosaur DNA has long degraded in any amber from the Mesozoic. But it was science fiction. Who cares? It made a good movie. But unlike real life, and like Jurassic Park, there is fossil material we can get DNA out of that comes out of the mines. That's the biofossil. And with the help of the Create mod and some action, I think I can make automatic systems that will give me automatic biofossils. It'll also be giving me automatic plant fossils and Minic and Amber. Which, if you don't know, this stuff only comes out of sifters, and its only use is to make aquatic scare jumps. These are useful, but you don't need a ton of them. But they're a nice side product to have. So, where and how am I going to build this? First off, I have a place set aside for them. They are going to go past the enclosures, past the starter base. They are going to go right, it's going to go right over here by this big, awesome mountain that I've got here. It's got a waterfall here, it's got a lake, but it's going to go right here. I've already kind of marked out where I'm going to put it. It's going to go right here. Unfortunately, one of the things I was planning to do here before I got this done was to show you a wither fight. Fortunately, the wither fight I recorded doesn't have my mic audio. So, instead of doing that before I dig out the mine, I'm going to do that I'm going to show you that while I dig out the mine. So, I'll turn on some dramatic music for that. I hope you enjoy it, and I will be back once this is hollowed out. Alright, I have finished hollowing out the mine using the beacon from the wither that I fought. I have changed the way the waterfall looks because I didn't like all the streams going off in different directions, so I decided to make it one big stream that goes down and then into the lake. Makes a little more sense, it doesn't look as ugly, and then it'll be easier to work with here because all this different water is a pain in the butt to work with. So making it easier to work with the water will make my life that much easier. I have added in some support beams here along the walls to kind of guide your eyes towards the end of the mine here. I've done a little bit of grabbing of materials as well. I've got some amber blocks, some amber chunks, some dripstone fossils, some biofossils, some gold, some iron that I think I'm going to be putting like in the walls. And then I've got some terracotta, some granite, and some dripstone that I think I'm going to be using to change the stone of this area. I don't really like all the plain stone here. I think the palette that I've been using in my enclosures over there would work a bit better. It would be closer to the inspiration for this build as well, which I think is an added bonus. So I'm going to be terraforming all of this, which is a bit bigger of a project than I initially signed up for, but I want to do it. I found a little more time, so here we go. I'm going to be terraforming, adding trees, and all that. I'm going to also take care of building the farms really quickly. And then when we come back, I will show you all the farms, show you how they work, how fast they're going. They aren't that fast. They're going to be more as long as I'm in the area. They're constantly producing, which is what I need. So let's get into the time lapse. Let's get the building done, and I will see you all real soon. With that, the time lapse is complete, and I have finished the general layout of this area. As you can see, I've done a bit of work adding my custom trees in to connect to this area and that area. Added in my tree ferns. I've added in some fossils plants that I had some lying around. Some regular vanilla Minecraft plants. Added some moss up here on top of the cliffs to kind of add a different color into that area. Obviously, I've changed the entire cliff face here from dirt and stone to a mix of dripstone down here, granite, and then up at the top, I have done some terracotta to kind of add a gradient, the brighter colors at the top leading down to the duller colors at the bottom, representing the more solid stone. I have added in a little pathway here, similar to the ones over there, leading into like this coarse dirt one. I have added in this little mining shack that has like some work tables and like a little barrel to put all the stuff in. I've added in, I've obviously changed the waterfall from the beginning of the episode. I've added in some chiseled cobwebs to kind of like act as waterfall foam. I think the outside of this area is something I'm very proud of. I think I did a really good job landscaping this area, and I want to continue that throughout the entire park, so that will be awesome. And then we can go into the mine and see what I've done in here. Obviously, I've done the same thing that I did out there and here. I have replaced all of the stone with a mixture of the granite and the dripstone. And then I have also added in some little bits and pieces of the things that you get out of this mine in here. I've added in some raw iron, some amber, and some fossils, including a fossil skeleton kind of poking out of the wall, like you'd see at a dig site. And then back here we have the farms that you saw me build one of, because they're both kind of the same concept, and I can show you that right now. I have back here the auto sifters. With Create, I can automatically drill down cobble from a cobble gen, which will go into a millstone over here through a hopper. This will crush down that cobblestone into gravel. As you can see, the gravel drops onto these Create belts. They go through these brass tunnels, and then these tunnels will evenly switch between the two sifters. So when this gets a gravel, one will go in this sifter in here, then the next one goes in here, and so on and so forth. Which almost always have one gravel in them going at all times, which means that I'm constantly making stuff. These sifters will sift down the stuff. All the extra junk that I don't want goes down here in the lava, and then everything I do want goes in here, which is the plant fossils for all the fossils plants, the biofossils for obviously the creatures, and Dometic and Amber, just as I think I can use it as decoration. Can I use this as decoration? Yes, I can. Cool. That one's staying right there. Awesome. You can see it's got that little tinge of blue, which is awesome. And then I can also obviously use that for the aquatic scare gems, which means those will no longer be a problem for me. Now it's just getting the scare gems, which will be the problem. And then this here is the iron. Similar concept to the other farm. We've got the drill in here that drills down the cobble. But instead of a millstone, I've got a crushing wheel. The crushing wheel is because it goes faster. And that's because instead of only being able to handle one item at a time, this can process up to, I want to say, this can process stacks at a time. But obviously I'm not generating stacks at a time. In order to do that, I need several crushing wheels and drills. And quite frankly, I don't necessarily have all of the iron and Create materials I need for that. Obviously, this iron farm works, but this washes the gravel. The gravel will come down here. All of the byproducts from washing gravel are flint, which gets dropped in the lava like you saw there, and then iron nuggets, which get dropped in the create basin here. This basin has a press above it. This press comes down, squishes down all these lovely iron nuggets down into iron ingots, which get deposited in the barrel here. I think these farms work. They are obviously not the most efficient, fastest farms possible. If I wanted to do that, I would need to go like villagers, because create doesn't necessarily replace villagers. It just gives you an alternative if you don't want to use them. I think they work. They're going to constantly be producing. So while I'm, say, working on an enclosure over there, or doing this area, or anything like that, I'm going to be constantly producing materials for just like getting fossils. Whenever the new updates come out, I can just come here, grab a stack of fossils, and then dump it wherever I need to dump. Dump it in analyzers, which should go above here. I do have some more plans for this area. This area is not done. The mine area is, but up here is not. I do plan on transforming this area, probably taking out that ugly bit of stone and whatever. But I do plan on putting like a laboratory up here, where I will have like my culture vats, my analyzers, just a place to like get the DNA. Like right now I'm just getting the fossils, but obviously I want the DNA as well. So I need to build that at some other point. But I think this is a very good homage to Jurassic Park. I've kind of nailed like that like mine in the middle of the forest, tucked away, next to like the waterfall vibes that the movie had. I think this is an amazing homage to the movie, which I think came out today when I'm recording this. It's the 11th. I believe it came out on the 11th. So awesome. Amazing. I am so happy. But I think next episode I want to do another enclosure. I have to take a look at my DNA and figure out which one I want to do. I think I want to go bigger. It's going to be another Jurassic animal in honor of Jurassic June. I want to say that for sure. It's going to be another Jurassic animal. I'm debating if I want to do stegosaurs, because that is my favorite dinosaur and I love them. And I think I've got the materials to build an actually good enclosure for them at this point. Or if I want to do the small Jurassic animal house, which would be like the Copies, the Ornitholestes, and maybe the Dimorphs. And then obviously have room for expansion with Archaeopteryx and other animals from that time period. I have to decide. I still have to figure that out. I have to figure out just how much time I'm going to have in the next 2 weeks to get the next episode out. What kind of project I want to do. Do I want to do more terraforming like I've been doing, or do I want to do a building? I don't know. I think I might want to try a building, because it's been a while since I did building, and I want to try my hand at it. I want to get better at building buildings. I feel like I'm good at building landscapes, but I need to get better at building buildings. So I think I'm going to like go into a creative test world and mock up some stuff, see what I can come up with for that, and I will be back next episode. Before I go, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things that YouTubers tell you to do. Share it with your friends if you've got friends who are interested in Minecraft or dinosaurs or whatever else. Please let them know. I'd love for more people to join our community. Thank you for everybody who has watched and liked in previous and commented in previous episodes. It has made a huge difference in how I see this series, how the series is going to go forward, and honestly, how I see YouTube. I didn't really think that like YouTube was like I was just trying YouTube for the first time, see how it went. Now I'm focused on really trying to make things really good for you guys. And I think I'm doing an okay job. Obviously, I still have things to improve, like I can improve my PC specs and stuff like that. But for right now, I think I'm doing a good job. I think I'm doing some great stuff here. I think a lot of people want to see it. So please continue to watch. With all that said, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.